Hey guys, welcome back to my garden. I'm just gonna show you around what's going and what's growing, and just to show you a few things. My tomatoes here, as you can see, this one here, this here, there's quite a few of them that are starting to ripen, and I've already harvested a few here and there. And that's super exciting. We've had quite a bit of tomatoes. I've had tomatoes for my niece's wedding. For her salad, I've given tomatoes to my mom and to my daughter. And this has just been quite wonderful for me. But I will just go ahead and show you things. So, like I said, the tomatoes are ripening quite well. So that's a pretty good sized tomato. It's been raining for the last couple of days. Everything is quite damp, but they all are starting to ripen, so it's actually really good. My peppers are doing amazing. I've already harvested a pepper and gave it to my daughter. Her peppers aren't doing that well that I'd given her because since having a baby, it's been hard to get out and water them. So these little peppers are snacking peppers, and I'm hoping that they do quite well. And these I actually just harvested the seed from. If you ever see those little tiny peppers you see in the grocery store in the bags with the multicolors, I just harvested some of those seeds and wanted to see how they would do. And my daughter has the orange ones, and we'll see how these ones turn. But I've got a couple of those peppers growing. I've got other green peppers growing that are getting quite large and doing quite well. So these are all my green peppers, lots and lots of green peppers growing. Nice one over here. The green pepper's getting quite big as well. This one I probably could harvest as well, and they're doing quite well. Over here, this broccoli, I am planning on taking it out. A couple of them did not actually grow any heads of broccoli, but I'm okay with that because I have already seeded. I already have actually a few plants that are being hardened off for the fall, so I'm going to get rid of these, and we'll put in some new broccoli and I have broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage to go in. So yeah. And you'll see this trellis is empty, but I have these flowers growing still quite well. This flower randomly started growing in my garden bed. I think it's marigolds, but I'm not certain what it is that's growing. My beans have made a little bit of a comeback, and they've actually started flowering again, which is quite nice. I might get some more beans this fall from them. These snow peas, this one's I've already harvested a couple in the last couple of days. My garlic are still here. I have a few onions that they've kind of all died. Most of the plants have died off, but I've harvested the onion, and the onion's doing quite well. And while I'm here, I'm just going to take this one weed that decided it was going to grow into the garden bed. Here we are. And my kale, look how amazing that is. It looks beautiful, and I'm so happy about this. I could probably harvest this at this size because that's what I like it at. My oregano is still going quite crazy over here. It's all being covered by the wonderful pickling cucumber trellis. I do have a couple of cucumbers that are getting close to being harvested. I have a little mini Space Master cucumber that's just starting to get its first cucumbers. I have CBs over here all the time because of all these flowers, so I've not had to self-pollinate since it's exploded. But I do have quite a few more cucumbers along the way. I've harvested one this morning, but I do have quite a few cucumbers growing. The beans over here are doing really well. they've actually made an even better comeback than the last plant. And I've harvested yesterday about 4 beans off of this plant because I did not even know it was growing beans, and was busy over the weekend. And so when I came back, I had some huge beans that could be harvested. So they're doing quite well. My cherry tomatoes over here, yes, have gone. They like come all the way down to over here, and I'm just letting them grow. Whether or not I do anything. Oh, it looks like I've harvested a couple yesterday because I was away over the weekend. But I'm just gonna try, and I have taken some off before because you can tell that they are ripening, and every time I see them changing color, I've been popping them off just to let it work on the other ones. But yeah, it's doing pretty good. If you look down in the back here, you can actually see that there's more. These are all starting to change color, which I'm excited about. These are all doing well. I've already harvested a few tomatoes off of this random one tomato that I didn't know what it was, but I think it is a rose tomato. But it is growing quite well as well. And it has lots of tomatoes growing over here. And it grows up onto this bush over here, which I'm just letting it do its thing. I took out most of the foliage down below, but then it just got carried away, so I've just kind of let it grow. Here's my artichokes. Now, I did find out that artichokes can be perennials. Well, I already knew that, but here in Canada, they're usually just an annual, and I'm not certain if I got the ones that would be an annual seed. I've just been keeping an eye on it and see if it'll actually grow. I know it needs lots of sunlight, and so I've made sure that it's right here. It's already starting to get some of the sunlight, and it gets sunlight until about 5 o'clock at night over here. So I'm hoping that, as you can see, that the sunlight's hitting this one. It's already lighter in the sunlight. That's why I put it over here. My amazing squash garden, as you see, it's taken over the entire area now, and it only was all on this side of the bed. It's doing quite well, and there is my huge pumpkin. That's a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, and it's doing really well. And it is so dark green right now, and this is my first time growing pumpkins, so to me that was a surprise at how dark green that pumpkin is, and it is huge. It's about the size of a basketball already, if not larger. And I do have other ones, little small ones growing along there, but none have actually gotten large enough to actually be a pumpkin. And I have little bees all inside my flowers, helping me to pollinate my garden. I have this one plant that's come out of the garden, and it does have some other little ovaries on it, but I'm not certain whether or not it's going to be able to grow to have any more plants or not. And I just harvested a couple zucchini off of that zucchini there, and I do see, actually I'll bring it in. Look at my Swiss chard. That thing is growing like crazy and looks amazing. And my kale's actually growing over here. I harvested a zucchini off of this yesterday. And then this one also. My watermelon is over here. And I don't know if you've seen the previous video, but something has eaten at it, and I'm still letting it grow just to see if it'll grow. But I'm just being patient with it, and let's see what happens. And the corn is doing really well, and I think that I will have some corn this fall, I'm hoping. over there. I don't know if you can see, but there is a little tiny pumpkin coming up right there. So I'm hoping that will be a pumpkin. I was discouraged. I thought I wasn't going to get any squash because I'm out here every day looking for squash flowers, looking for the ovaries, because the squashes are all in the very far corner there, and I hadn't seen anything, so I was a bit discouraged. But today, while looking around, I'll actually show you if I can climb over here. I did find right there it is, a squash, so I'm very happy about that. So I do have a squash grow, and I feel bad for this little corn over here. He's kind of hidden. He might not grow well, but these other ones are doing quite well. So I'm quite excited. I can't believe the size of the leaves of these pumpkin plants and squashes. They're quite amazing. Now over here is my strawberries, and they're still starting to flower. Now the flowers are starting to get bigger, and probably because of the cooler weather they're getting bigger, but even the leaves have gotten so much bigger, and it just looks so much better over here. This is my one broccoli flower that's left over. I'm not expecting anything to grow from it. I've let things eat at it and stuff just to keep it away from the other garden, but it's actually starting to grow new leaves and doing quite well. Along here is my tomatoes, and my basil is down below there, and it's doing quite well. The tomatoes are getting much larger in size. I don't know if I can show you this. The tomato, there we are getting much larger in size. They're doing quite well. Over here, they're looking pretty good. I don't know. Looks like something's tried to bite at that as well. And these tomatoes are all doing well, but there's one tomato. I harvested one large tomato recently, but this tomato, oh look at, I got a couple of these cherry tomatoes that are starting to, that are ripen. Put those in under the windowsill to get more darker, but I happened to notice these tomatoes back here today, and I will show you, putting those tomatoes in my pocket, how large this tomato is. It is so huge, much bigger than my other one. Ginormous. So excited about that. Now there's all types of tomatoes back there as well. So as they ripen, I'll get them, because it's all fallen over because my trellis isn't big enough, and I know I probably should have chopped it off once it got to the top of the trellis, but I did not, and I've just let it continue to grow. Oh, there's more ripening. I'm just gonna let them ripen a little bit more on the vine. But this is my sun gold cherry tomato, and it's doing really well. Now right here, I've dug up all of the, as you can see there's a black line here. I've dug up all of the old spinach that didn't really do that well this year. I was only able to harvest once off of it, and then it got too big. It kind of didn't really grow full, it just kind of grew upwards. So I'm going to put some spinach seeds to see if it'll grow well this fall. This is my mint, doing quite well. And this is my Space Master cucumber. I've already harvested one cucumber off of it, and it's growing quite well. Now there's the lettuces, which I can harvest some of those lettuces now, some oregano, and the strawberries are also doing quite well here. The flowers, like the strawberries, are getting bigger now, and is growing quite well. So I think I'll have some strawberries in the fall. And over here I have my carrots growing, and as you can see, the carrots are doing really well. And so I'm just going to continue to let them grow as big as they can get. My second batch of radishes are doing well, and I probably could harvest some of these because some of it's going to seed already. So it's not, that one did not really grow much of a radish, but the ones that aren't going to seed are the bigger ones. So I should probably pull this one. It's got a flower on it. I probably could harvest these anyways. Let's just harvest them. These radishes. This one's, I don't know. That's a big radish. It's a small radish, but we'll harvest it. I had harvested a couple already that were much bigger in size, but I can probably grow another batch of radishes. That's pretty nice. This is actually better than the last batch of radishes I grew. See, these ones, they went kind of weird. This one did the weird thing, but also grew a radish, so I'm glad that happened. That was a weird radish. And I'll throw some fertilizer in here and add some more seeds. That one I think can grow a little bit. Over here I actually put in some more beets, and the beets this time only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 have actually come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 have actually come up. Over here is my parsley, which I probably could have harvested already, and the basil's actually doing much better. Whatever was eating it has left it alone. And over here, my parsley's doing better. It's doing quite well still, and this basil's actually starting to grow. I could probably even snip off a bit and let it get fuller, but it's looking beautiful. And here is my sage. I harvested quite a bit off of it, and it's got a lot of new growth. We went through a really hot spell, and all of my flat leaf parsley has died off, and the basil was completely stripped and eaten. So I think I'm just gonna pull these all out and regrow something, but the oregano is still going strong. So I know that oregano is a very hardy herb, and I've got lots of it. My coriander, it's now coriander, but it was cilantro, and then I let a few go to seed, and so I've got some coriander going on there. I'm going to take away all of this and see if I can do another round of herbs. Well guys, this is my fall seedlings, and I know it doesn't look like much, but they need space. This is my broccoli. I have cauliflower, and I have some cabbage. Now over here, what did not sprout was beans. So I'm gonna have to direct sow some of those, but that's what I have for my fall garden, which I'll be doing soon. Thank you guys for coming along with me to my garden tour for August. It's been a busy month for me, but I'm just so excited to see how things are finally growing. I'm going to be doing another video shortly of my fall garden for 2022, and of course most of this is still going to be here. I'm just going to plant a few other things, take out some things, plant a few other things, start some seeds, and we'll see where that goes. And thanks for coming along with me on this journey of 2022. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you aren't subscribed, please go ahead and click the subscribe button. That would be very appreciated. Until next time, guys, take care.